rolling in on Jindabyne. Let's start the timer. Should be just under an 8-minute run. This is the Cooma West mission, and this is waypoint 1. I've actually set it on the shoreline because it then leads nicely into the valley for Lake Crackerback. So using some, obviously, under-wing cameras for this run. Just see how that looks down to tactical level, about 200 feet, 500 knots. Afternoon sun's going to play a part in this. Looking for the low point between these ridges. Next ridge should give us the lake. If we can see anything, yep, we can see it just, wow. It's about 4:30 and 16:28. Very glary, okay. Left up the valley to Threadbow. Okay, it's better when you get out of the direct sun. Threadbow in sight. Wow, we're going to climb right into that clear. So, Threadbow Ski Resort, turning right over the ski lifts, throttle back, because we've got 570 knots on board. Let's use some of that energy. Keep turning right. We don't want to go just south of the, we've done it, yeah. Over to the right, the ski jumps and the radio mast, but can't afford to look now, and here's Kosciuszko already. So the lake, which is the highest point in Australia, I'm going to do a 90-degree left turn, right turn, the other right left here a while ago, and we're looking to get down to Perisher Valley. Now we should see a radio mast. I can see it at 12 o'clock. We're going to go slightly left of that through the lowest point in the ridge there. Also, we don't want to go too fast on the next few waypoints. .400 knots, about 300 feet, following this valley. Climbing a bit, and just over this rise we should see Perisher. There it is. Ski lifts, chateau, etc. Veering left. Pick up Smiggen holes just over this rise, I believe. Yeah, I can see the ski lifts, and there's the resorts on the right. Now on a hard left turn. And I'm going to go a bit beyond the direct line of flight, because I want to come into this valley from the south a bit, see if we can see waypoint 5 Guthaga power station. So almost back 200 knots, don't get too slow. Now dive into this valley, coming right. Power station's pretty much down there where all the pylons are. That's it. Covered in snow. Now stick to the left of this valley and floor it. All the power lines on the right, and we can get to about Mach 0.85 along here before we have to slow down and turn right. out into the open. Cancelling burner any second because I've got a right turn coming up. Let's get to the left. Back to idle. 560 knots. Getting ready to turn right. I don't think I'll need the speed brake this time. No. Anticipate the turn. Put on some G. Oh, we're good. 450 knots. We're fine. Burner's back in. We're going to roll out on the left side of the valley. Away from all the nasty power stuff. Although it does come at this point here almost to where we want to be. But we're good. We're going through the mark early this time. That's the earliest I've done it. Interesting. It's all about that turn. And coming over the workstation. Here. No, there, right here. As we turn right back to Jindabyne. Let's cancel the burner. Go low level. There's about 5G in that turn. Get myself sorted out. We've got to turn more. We'll fly over the dam, I think. So Jindabyne's dead ahead. All along that shore, actually. Let's fly over the dam. It's about 6 minutes and 41 seconds-ish. Not a bad time, but more importantly, lots of fun. Whoopee. Rolling into Jindabyne to do our Cooma West flight. Starting the timer now. It's about a 6.5 minute run. Getting down to tactical level and entering the valley to the south-west of Jindabyne, heading to Lake Krakenbach. And that'll be at the lowest point, which is about 12:30 in the view right now. So let's climb a bit over that ridge, over these two ridges. I should be right on track. There it is, beautiful. Now left into the valley up to Threadbow. We'll stick to the right of the valley initially, because there are power lines on the left. Threadbow is appearing in distance. Let's creep over to the left side. And we'll throttle back momentarily, climbing up to that radio mast, up the ski lift. Up we go. Oh, there's a 5G. Pull up. See you guys. Coming right, we should see a lake. There it is that it? I think that's the one. Nope, I've gone past it. This is Kosciuszko right here. So I'm now looking for the low point ahead. So that road just intersects where we're going. And there's a radio mast coming up on the right. Then we'll enter Perisher Valley. Now if we went down that valley to the left, we end up at Guthaga Dam, which I might do on the next flight. Takes us all the way up to the last couple of waypoints. Leaves out these 2 ski resorts. But it's an interesting looking valley, so I might try that. Now, let's slow up. Perish is going to be just over this hill. There it is, ski jumps on the left. And MiGMan's very close to it. Now hard left turn. And looking to enter this valley on the right. Down we go. Here's the power station coming up. Bit of turbulence. Nice. Past the power lines. Keeps to the left. Reaching Mach 0.9, back to idle. Coming to the left, getting ready for a 100-degree right-hand turn. Coming up, 3, 2, 1. Over we go. Watch the power lines there. Nice. Rolling out in full burner again on the left side of the valley. I like that one. That was cool. Now be careful, this ridge on the left, there's power lines just on the pretty much in our flight path, 1 o'clock just there. And then we're good. Push it down to tactical level and Mach 1 reached about now. Throttle back and come right over the workstation, works depot. N.S.W dead ahead, we'll go slightly left, follow that small body of water to the dam. And then we'll climb out, check our fuel. Back to idle. That's a pretty fast run actually. That's stopping the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. 5 minutes 44, that's unless I miscalculated somewhere, I don't think so. I guess flying smoothly, best time yet. But anyway, the main point of it is to enjoy the actual flight, which I did very much. FAB Virgil. Okay, we're over N.S.W Dam and we've got some low clouds nonetheless. Let's see if we can thread the needle and fly this route. So heading to waypoint 2, which is Lake Krakenbach. Nice wide valley initially. There's N.S.W disappearing behind us. We'll go tactical altitude and speed. About 500 knots, 480. Bit of burner brings us up to 500 just like that. Okay, we're looking for the low point in the ridges ahead, just pretty much dead ahead. So we've got to cross 3 ridges. Here's number 1. Number 2 coming up, and then we'll see Lake Krakenbach. Number 2. That must have been number 3, because here it is. Nice. Hi guys, we'll come back later for some morning tea, but Not in an F-18. Probably in a helicopter. Now stick to the right here because there are power lines on the left. The morning sun, it's 11:10 a.m. The thread bow is coming up. There's those power lines. Okay, let's ease across to the left. The thread bow, we're going to go past it. Mast on top of the hill, we're going to go right up the ski slopes. Throttling back. And up we go, easy as that. Give them a wave as we fly past. Hi guys, beautiful day for skiing, quite clear up here. Now veering right to Mount Kosciuszko. That lake tells us where it is. It's the mountain just behind it there. And then we're heading over that way, so keep your eye on the prize. Wow. Okay. Bucket factor 10. Wow, that was close. And we did 5.2 G pull up to miss that ridge. Wow. Okay, so now looking for this low point just next to that radio mast, and we're running into Perisher Valley. Give it a bit of herbs, not too much. Coming left, climbing a bit. Perisher should be just over this ridge. There it is, ski jumps, ski lines, whatever, ski lifts on the left. Now veering left over MiGMan hole. There it is, MiGMan. Keep going left, I want to pull. Now I could follow this river down to the valley, but I want to come slightly southwest of it and pick up the valley into Guthaga power station. It's going to be down there. So you can follow that river all the way down. Let's get my head in the game once again. Stop lollygagging. Watch where you go on. And here we go. Snowy River Valley. Full burner. Staying on the left, power lines on the right. And the bottom of the valley is pretty clear. Clouds towards the top, but we're okay. Right, back to idle. I will need a touch of speed brake. No, I won't. I'll be right. And coming hard right into the final valley. I'm going to roll out on the left-hand side because power line's on the right. Also some power lines just about here, but we're okay. Out onto Lake Jindabyne, turning right at the works depot. There it is. Back to Jindabyne. Dead ahead, fly over the dam on the left. Almost bingo fuel, so worked out well. Back to idle. Here's the dam coming up. And we'll look back as we go over. Up we go. Yeah, 6 minutes 32 seconds. Despite the almost mishaps there, 2 of them. A pretty nice run. Wow. Yeah, look at the clouds there. So, yeah, you got to look where you're going. It's the moral of that story, I guess. But nonetheless, a good time was had by all. Approaching Jindabyne from the east, from Cooma, and we're going to start the timer and do our normal west of Cooma run. So this is waypoint 1 coming up. I'm going to fly at tactical level for most of it. Out of burner, doing about 500 knots. There's the dam down there. Looking good. And just over this ridge, find a nice wide valley to the left. Watch the power lines here. Coming left. There we go. Now we're looking for the low point in the ridge on the right. Coming up. And we're getting ahead of myself, I think. Yes, I am. Or am I? No, I was right. That was the point I wanted. Damn. Missed it. So, Lake Krakenback. There it is. We've still got there. Right, now I can crank it up and head to Threadbow. Now I'll stick to the right here because the power line's on the left. Threadbow ski resort coming up, Threadbow village. We're going to climb up past that radio mast. Turning right, climbing now. We're going to go right over the ski lifts. Awesome. Now keep veering to the right. Slow up. Should see a lake. There it is, right next to Mount Kosciuszko. Modest looking, but it is the highest point in Australia. Now, very hard right turn. We're looking for lowest point in the terrain dead ahead, which is about 12 o'clock now. I mean, it's really where that road. So let's go there. Yep. Through here. Follow this valley to Perisher. Down to about 100 feet there, Perisher, here we are. Lots of ski lifts here. And keep it slower. Veering left over this rise we should see Smiggins. There it is. Now let's turn right now. Right, left, the other right of course. I want to get into this valley on the right there. To pass Guthaga Power Station, but I want to enter a little bit more from the south, so there we go. Slow up. That's better. There's the power station. Beautiful. Now sticking to the left, watching out for power lines, plugging in burner, and off we go, up the Snowy River. And we should reach about Mach 0.9. There's 0.85. 0.9 back to idle. Right hand turn coming up. 510 knots, in we go. Easy peasy. To 4G, no worries. Plug burner back in, stay on the left. And just past this ridge, power lines almost come into our path, so watch out for that. There it is. After that we're clear. Keeping the burner plug in, almost at Mach 1. There's Mach 1. Back to idle. Past the workstation and turn right to go south back to Jindabyne. Beautiful. And we'll fly right over the dam. There's lovely Jindabyne. Here's the dam. Awesome. Cars going across the top. Let's look back as we pull up. Fantastic. Drop a few flares if we had any. And call that a nice run. 6 minutes. That's pretty fast actually. Heading into Jindabyne for our Threadbow run. Hoping the weather's not too snowy, too thick, too dense. We'll see how we go. Looks okay at the moment. Looks okay. So we're entering the valley past Jindabyne, heading to Lake Krakenbach. Going down to tactical level. About 200 feet as we enter this next valley. Here we go. Nice. Okay, got some good underwing cam views there. We want to set about 500 knots for this first segment. Looking for the low point in this ridge, around about here. And there's Lake Krakenbach below us. Very nice. And accelerating and turning left into this valley to Threadbow. Give a touch of burner. Might go astray there. I want to keep to the left because we've got a climbing right hand turn coming up. Having said that, I'm always looking out for power lines, and I noticed some back there on the left, so it's probably safer to stick to the right along here, like so, until we see Threadbow, like so, and then we'll go to the left. And get ready for a humongous climb. Here we go. Up past the ski lifts. There we go, over the top. Coming left a little bit of track, we should see a lake. Just to the right, I just saw it just out of view, and that'll bring us around Mount Kosciuszko, which we just passed inside of it actually. I'm pretty much over it. Right, turning to the right, looking for the low point in the terrain ahead. You can see the valley beyond. There's a radio mast about 11 o'clock. That's where we're going, to Perisher Valley. Push it up a bit. You're always limited with the views from these cameras, unless you've got time to pan them around in flight, but not really at this kind of flight regime. Because in the cockpit, turning your head, you can quickly look around and get your bearings. So anyway, pressing on, and we'll start slowing up 460 knots, let's throttle back, and we'll coast up over Perisher. And it's probably Smiggins with no extra thrust. Still coasting 384 knots as we go over Perisher. V left. Smiggins should be about here. There it is. Ski lifts. I'm going to pull hard here actually. And about 2 o'clock is the power station. So I want to get down into this valley coming up. Let's see if we can get down here. I'm still at full idle. Coming downhill. There's going to be power lines on the right, but there's the power station right below us. Beautiful. Now let's stick to the left here. And go into burner. Lots of power lines on the right. Still in full burner, but we'll be cancelling momentarily as we're at just hit mark point 9. Now back to idle. Getting ready for hard right turn, 540 knots, won't need the air brake, and got plenty of room here. Make sure we clear these power lines and add the power as we enter the left side of this valley. As you can see, it's hard to see where you're going from a cam view, but I know the route reasonably well now. Now this is all good. There are power lines right here which almost come into our flight path, but after that we're good. Keeping to the left, and Mark 1 should be reached about now, and it is. Boom. As we fly over the works depot. Boy, it looks cold out there. It is cold. It's -4. It's cold for Australia, I'll tell you that. Cancel the burner. I keep turning. I'm not turned enough. I want to go to there's Jindabyne in front of us. I want to go to the dam, which is on the left. It's usual. It's less than 7 minutes. And there's Jindabyne Dam. Let's look back as we climb out. Super nice. Awesome. Doesn't get much better than that. Rolling in over Jindabyne in the snowy mountains for about a 6.5 minute trip. Let's start the timer. As we fly past the radio mast to the east of Jindabyne. Jindabyne itself coming up. And we enter the valley to the southwest of town, headed for Lake Krakenbach, so down to tactical level, about 200 feet. It's 400, 300, about 100 over this ridge, I reckon. Yep, 90 feet. Right, over the third ridge, we go inverted at Krakenbach. Let's just slow up a tad. There it is. And we enter the valley on the left to go to Thredbo. Beautiful. Coming back down, about 200 feet, around 430 knots, speed up a bit. .45, watch the power lines. So Thredbo next stop. So the first and last segments of this flight, you can go pretty much flat out. In between, there's a few turns to negotiate. I can see Thredbo coming up now. I'm going to come to the left because we've got a right hand climb up into that mist, actually past the radio tower. See the ski runs on the right. Thredbo village. Let's power up and climb. That would cause an avalanche. Past the radio mast here. And the ski lifts, beautiful. Keep turning right. And try to go past the summit of Mount Kosciuszko. You've got this lake and it's this hill next to it. So we'll swing around that, about 90-degree right turn. There we go. Nice. Keep coming right, keep coming right. And I get on track for Perisher. So across this valley is the radio mast 1 o'clock. Go slightly to the left of that through the low point. Around 350 knots at the moment. Here we go. Nice. Follow this valley. Push it down a bit. Parish is a few miles out. Slowing up. Coming up, there it is, ski lifts abound. Now keep it slow because we've got another left turn to MiGMan, so there's Perisher. Veer left. And MiGMan should be here. There it is. Now, coming left, I'm going to come a bit more left than usual. In fact, I'll go left of track. Because we've got to enter that valley on the right, but I want to get a glimpse of the power station. In fact, I can enter this valley beyond the ridge here. And just keep going right. Now look out for power lines on the right. Power station should be coming up off on the nose. There it is. Yep. Across these power lines. Keep to the left of the valley. Now we can crank it up. Go get to about Mach 0.8 or 0.9 along here. Mach 0.8. Checking my map because the right hand turn coming up in a few seconds. And as we hit 0.9, back to idle. Speed brake out for a couple of seconds, hard right turn. Turning in, speed brake in, we should be okay. 4G, yep, power up, excellent. That's probably the happiest I am with that turn. It's like a ballet. Now keep to the left of this valley. I'll stay in burner and we'll hit Mach 1 as we exit. Watch these towers here. And now we're good to go. Push it down a bit, push the nose down. Mach 1 coming up right now. Usually hit it there. And cancel the burner. Do a low level run back to Jindabyne over the works depot right here. Buried under snow at the moment. And we may as well fly back over the dam, I think. So Jindabyne's 1 o'clock all along that shoreline amongst the trees there. Dam's going to be right at the southern end of the lake. A little bit further. Should be flying over it in about 3, 2, 1. Stop. Yep, that's 6 minutes 57.82 seconds. Nice. I'm perched above Jindabyne in the snowy mountains and got about a 7-minute valley run to do over the popular ski resorts. Actually going to start the timer now at the radio tower because that is a good landmark. Right, rolling into waypoint 1, which is the southern end of the Lake Jindabyne here, at Jindabyne. Passing waypoint 1 about now. And let's crank it up a little bit. Heading along the valley, we've got to hop about 3 ridges and we're at Lake Krakenbach. Very popular resort. So flying at tactical level, about 200 feet, at 500 knots. So looking for the low point between the ridges that are visible ahead. There's actually about 4 before that mountain on the rounded mountain you can see up there. So here's 1, 2, 3 coming up. Maybe it's only 3. Yeah, it is only 3. And there's Lake Krakenbach. Nice. Hi guys. Maintaining around 500 knots, 485. And steering up the valley to the left, which takes us southeast. Heading for Thredbo. Probably the most well known of all the ski resorts in Australia. Traditional skiing holiday destination for many Aussies. Sitting around 500 knots, a bit over it. Now we've got a hard right turn past that radio mast on the right to go to Mount Kosciuszko. Here's Thredbo coming up. Getting ready to climb and turn right. Now. Yeah, it's about a 4G pull past this mast on the hill. Excellent. Rolling out. I'm going to slow up a bit because I usually overshoot this next turn. Now, Kosciuszko is hard to pick visually. It's just past this lake we can see. It's this rounded mound, not mount here, it's kind of a non-dramatic summit, but nonetheless highest point in Australia. Now pretty hard 100-degree turn to the right, and we're set up to head down the valley to Perisher. Now that road we can see on the opposite side of the valley probably goes, no, it keeps going to the left, okay. I like to follow roads when I can. So radio mast on the right, we're going to go to the left of that. It has us exactly on track. So actually there's a little V shape here we can dip through. Nice. And we're into the valley. Okay, that's the clue. That's the key to that visual bit of navigation. Follow this valley. Back down to about 340 knots. Seems to be fast enough for this part of the leg. A few tight turns coming up. Perisher's coming up. I'll be just over this rise, I think. There it is. The ski lifts on the left. There's Perisher, and then we go slightly left to MiGMan's hole, which is also very popular. That'll be around about here, I reckon. Let's turn left over. There it is, MiGMan's. Now keep turning left, keep turning left, keep turning. Keep turning, continuous turn. Now we're looking for the lowest point in the terrain. I'm going to go left of it a bit because we're going to turn right there over Guthaga Power Station and head up the Snowy River Valley. I can get a glimpse of it as we go over. Bottom left, not really. Anyway, trust me, it's there. You can see it if you come in, a mile or two more from the south. Stick to the left side of this valley. So we've got power lines on the right, and we're in full afterburner. Probably get to about Mark point 8, I think. Sorry, correction, we're Mark point 9 already. We have to cancel the burner now, and we're at 9.5. We're going to have to pop the speed brake because we've got a very hard right turn coming up. Here we go. 480 knots, so speed brake in, that should be okay. Plug it, a burner back in, and I'm going to try to stay in the left of this valley because look at all the power lines on the right. We should hit Mark 1 at the exit of the valley. If we don't run out of fuel, look out for that. Mark 1 coming up. Oh, we're going to be a fraction early this time. Right about there. Okay, back to mill power. Turning right over the works depot. 6 minutes 11 seconds. Coming back to Jindabyne, and I think I'll fly past the radio mast again when I can see it. Or if not, I'll just head straight to the dam. Straight past waypoint 1. Yeah, I can't quite see the radio mast at the moment, so I reckon we'll stop about here. That's 6:36, 6 minutes 36. And here is Jindabyne Dam. And there it is. Beautiful. Heaps of fun. Righto, check the fuel, make sure nothing's fallen off, and we might try that again. rolling into Jindabyne, and I'm going to fly waypoints. This is waypoint 1. I'm going to go 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So jump from waypoint 2 to 5 basically. Just gradually fleshing out this route. Eventually I'll do the whole lot at low level, but I prefer to chunk things down. My brain can only handle so much at a time. Right, coming up to waypoint 1, Jindabyne, getting ready to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, start. Off we go. So we can go pretty fast to Krakenback, which is waypoint 5, the next one, and 6, sorry, 2 and 5. But waypoint 5, 6, 7 is a very short dog leg to that power station. So if I want to stay in the valley, I'm going to have to probably get back to about 300 knots. So that's the new information I've introduced on this repetition. Over these ridges. To Lake Krakenback. She'll be there now. There it is. Now continuing a right hand turn over these ridges and into a parallel valley at Perisher. So I'm doing about 440 knots at the moment. Now I'm going to have to dial it right back. Let's go back to idle. So hard right turn coming up is Perisher. Pretty nice. Now keep turning, keep turning. That's MiGMan holes there. And then we're going left. And this valley will lead us to the power station, which I can't see, but I can see where it is. It's at the lowest point coming up, and it's a very hard right turn. So going quite slow there, about 260 knots. And getting ready to turn right over those power lines. Right, the power station just out of our field of view, but pretty close into the valley. Okay, well that's an interesting add-on to my previous short routes, because you have to slow right down to get through those tight turns. Great fun. I like to stick to the left hand side. We've got a right turn coming up. Just over those power lines, 380 knots. I'm going to go back to idle. No speed brake this time. This will be very smooth. Power back up now. So while I do enjoy getting faster each time, what I guess prioritise over that is flying smoothly as I can. And taking time to smell the roses. It's definitely not a speed run, this one. Well, you know, I got up to Mach 9.5 there, which in the scheme of things is still pretty fast. Coming right back to our start point. Yeah, this will be about 4.5 minutes. Stopping the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. I like that. 4 minutes, 29.99 seconds. Oh, that's a pretty good guess. Let's have a look at the dam as we pull away. And go to check our fuel and see if we can do another round. Great fun in the beautiful snowy mountains of Australia. Rolling in over Jindabyne, going to do the low level run, Jindabyne, Lake Krakenback, Perisher Valley, Guthica Power Station, and back to here. It's about 3.5 minute run. Let's plug some burner in. Now you can't stay in full burner for the full 3.5 minutes of the flight, or you run out of fuel. There's our shadow down there at 1 o'clock. That's very cool. Right, we should be able to stay around 500 knots in mil power. Time is 6:45 AM. And just over the next ridge here we should see Lake Krakenback, at which point we'll start a right hand turn. There's the lake. Very popular resort. Now start that right hand turn. It's going to take us over Perisher Valley and into the snowy river valley at Lake Guthica. Oop, keep turning. There's Perisher on the right. Almost missed it. Keep turning. Right, there's our valley coming up. Power station dead ahead. Down we go. Power lines on the right. Right, full burner. We'll stick to the left side of the valley. Got a big right hand turn coming up. Plus, as I said, the power stations are on the right. So let's stay on the left. Right, throttling back. Speed brake out. Hard right turn here. Speed brake in. And burner up. Watch the power lines there. Nice. That was probably the smoothest I've managed to get round that corner. Practice. Usually get Mark 1 about now. Yep, spot on. Cancel the burner. Come right over the workstation. Back to Jindabyne. Dead ahead. Now it's about the usual 3.5 minutes. Maybe a bit longer this time. Yeah, I reckon it's about 3:40. I forgot to start the timer. I'm just looking at my video timer. It's at 3:54. So, yeah, it's definitely not a fast one. And here's Jindabyne Dam. Nice. Let's have a look back at that. Beautiful. Righto, let's go into orbit here and check the fuel, etc. and have another go. Rolling in on Jindabyne out of Cooma, and we're going to do a valley run over Lake Krakenback, Perisher Valley, Guthica Power Station. Then return over the lake to the right. So let's get ready to start the timer. Timer start in 3, 2, 1 and a bit. Start. Aiming for the V-shaped dip in the ridge about 12 o'clock, and that'll take us to Lake Krakenback, popular resort. I'm sure this road goes there as well. Here we go. Then we're climbing the tall ridges to the right, starting a right hand turn. There's the lake, start turning right. And Perisher Valley should be on the right, there it is. Keep turning. And here we go. On my next round, I might actually try to stay in that valley. Anyway, for now, stick to this route, entering the valley, staying on the left because of the power lines on the right. At least this is a smooth run so far. Getting ready for our right turn. This first ridge on the right. Let's stick to the left here. Throttle back, popping speed brake, starting the turn, speed brake in, throttle up as we ease into the valley pretty nicely, keeping the power lines on the right. Still in full burner, Mach 0.8. 0.9, 0.1's coming up. I mean Mach 1, sorry. Mach 1 now. Back to mill power. And starting a right turn. 600 knots over the workstation. Back to Jindabyne. And stopping a timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, 3 minutes 18.45 seconds. So that's 11 plus seconds off the previous time. It's pretty good. Most importantly, it's a good fun run. Fun in the sun. Fantastic. Right, rolling into Jindabyne on this nice cold morning. Going to take part of this Threadbow Perisher run as a kind of a mark loop. Get ready to start the timer in 3, 2, 1 start, that's at waypoint 1. Plug in some burner. And we're headed to Lake Krakenbach. So we're going to skip Threadbow and Kosciuszko and go from Lake Krakenbach straight across Perisher Valley and into the valley at Guthica Power Station. Pretty cold down here today, so -2. Pitot heat on, anti-ice on, feels good. Yep. Just taken off out of Cooma. Here's Lake Krakenbach coming up, I believe. Yeah, well, it's very, very snowy down there today. Now he's done our right turn. Smooth right turn. It's going to take us over Perisher Valley. Nice easy turn. Perisher Valley below us. Keep turning. And here's Guthica Power Station. We're heading up that valley. Now watch the speed in descent here. I was too fast last time. There we go, power station. Now I can crank it up. Power lines on the right, stay on the left here. Below the SAM sites, of course. Right hand turn coming up. Right, throttle back, speed brake out. And let's pull to the right. Speed brake in, throttle up. Pretty smooth. (2:40). So usually about 3:30 for this run. Coming up to the mark, usually when we exit the valley, round about right here, mark 1, and start a smooth right turn back to Tinderbine as we cross the works depot here. And that's our target up there. And not going to break any records today, but nice and smooth was the goal. We're going to be right on time actually. Stopping the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. Well, 3 minutes 33.88 seconds. I'm okay with that. Quite okay. Just want to check out the dam. Yeah, always nice to get a look at that. Right. More fun in the sun down at Threadbow. So I'm rolling in over Jindabyne, going Lake Krakenbach, Perisher, Guthica Power Station, through the valley, back to the lake up there and return to where we started here. It's about 3.5 minute run. Nice shallow valley here leading to Lake Krakenbach. Should be just over this ridge. Next one. There it is. Right, now I won't get too low because they're going to veer right over these ridges to fly over Perisher. Now at this speed it's a continuous turn. There's Perisher Valley there. Keep turning and we'll line up for the entrance just down there at 1 o'clock to Snowy River Valley Guthaga Power Station. Let's power up, and this will be our fastest part of the run. Wow, that's fast, 600 knots there. Up to 4G, into the valley. Beautiful. Cancelling burner. A right hand turn coming up. Let's go the left wall of the valley. Speed brake out. Oops, hold it out temporarily. Pulling right, hard right. Speed brake in. As we're settled into the turn. Burner plugged in again. Lots of power lines here. Coming up to mark 0.9 now. So we should just about break the sound barrier as we pass over the workstation. Actually, about now. Nice. Back to idle. Right hand turn coming up over the workstation here. And back to Jindabyne. Looking at my timer, yeah, I forgot to start it, so switchology error there. But there's our starting point again. Very cool. Well, I can see by my recording time it's 3:40, so yeah, about 3.5 minutes for the run. It's a nice little canyon run. That. Right, let's check the fuel and look at doing it again. Getting ready to roll in over Guthaga Power Station. Should be just below us. There it is. Right, and down the valley we go. Timer started. A couple of seconds late, actually. Full burner selected. Very picturesque valley, this one. Speed's Mach 0.9. Gonna go back to idle. Got a very hard right turn coming up. Just where these power lines are. Here we go. Speed brake out. 0.5G. Speed brake in. Full burner. And headed out to Lake Jindabyne. Approaching the mark, there's Mark 1. And cancelling the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. So it's 1:26. Add 5 seconds for, that's a penalty for starting it late. So it's about 1.5 minutes. which is pretty good. Probably one of the best times, but I've done it a dozen times now, so I'm getting to know the run. So I'm thinking I might extend it now, make it a complete loop from Jindabyne and back to Jindabyne. I think that's fair enough. I'll probably make it about 3-minute run, I guess. I'm just deciding, so I'm basically using parts of the flight plan here. Waypoint 1, 2, so Jindabyne, Lake Krakenback, checking my map there, yeah, and then going Perisher Valley and then straight to the power station. Yep, that makes sense. It's a nice smooth route. So let's give that a try. Right, so let's turn back over Jindabyne. I'd say anywhere on this point, that's pretty much where the waypoint is. Okay, so we're coming in from Cooma, speeding up, starting the timer now. So first we head to Lake Krakenback and then veering right over Perisher to the power station. Check the fuel. Yeah, I might just go back to mill power. Now Lake Krakenback should be just over the next ridge, I think. Yep, you can see the valley entrance to the left, which we're not going down on this occasion. That takes us up to Threadbow. Here's the lake. At which point we start turning to the right. There we go. Over the ridge, past that tunnel entrance. Keep turning and we should pass over Perisher Valley. There it is. Very cool. So keep the right turn going and we should roll in nicely to the valley. There's just past the canopy rail is the power station. There's our valley. Okay, this is a nice route. Power station here. Selecting max burner. Cancelling burner and speed brake out. Hard right turn. That's 4G, speed brake in. Maximum burner again. Yeah, we're getting down to bingo fuel, but we'll be okay. Now I'm going to veer left as I exit the valley and cross the workstation, turning right to go back to Jindabyne where we started. There we go. It must be Mark 1, we're right on it now. Let's cancel the burner. There's the workstation. Coming smoothly right. We're going to be back at the starting point. waypoint 1, which is about in 3, 2, 1, stop. So we've got 3.5 minutes. It's a nice little run. Actually, the dam is probably, which is right here. It's probably a good waypoint as well. Very cool. Lots of fun. Look, I look forward to doing that a few more dozen times. Nice view of the dam there too. Damn, that's good. Righto, last run of the day. Guthica Power Station. We're passing over Lake Krakenback now, turning right, and we'll skate over Perisher and Smiggins in the turn, and then into the valley at Guthica Power Station. This Smiggins hole. Reset the timer. Looking to the right, and down yonder. So the valley's over there to the right. Here's the power station. Coming up. Let's start descending. There's our valley. Let's start the timer. 3, 2, 1. Now go full burner. Over the power lines. Hug the valley floor as much as possible. It's a pretty cool valley. Get ready to cancel the burner. Stick to the left side of the valley, cancelling burner. You can see the corner coming up, air brake out. And around we go. This is nice and tight, air brake in. Pulling on the G's, it's 3 G's, not too much. Burner back in. Pretty much a straight run now out to Lake Yukonbean. It's at mark point 92. It's going to be pretty much the same as last time, maybe a second or two slower. Funny about that, it will be slower. I thought it was much more elegant. But numbers matter. 7 seconds slower than the previous, which I thought was pretty rough and tumble, but there you go. Anyway, great fun. Fantastic scenery. And time to wave goodbye to the good burgers of Jindabyne, sorry, and Lake Yukonbean. Head back to Cooma. Rolling in on Guthica Power Station. Just passed over Perisher and Smiggins. Reset the timer. We're going to run up Snowy River to Lake Yukonbean. As low and fast as possible without bumping into power lines. Start the timer. 3, 2, 1. Start. Full burner. And up we go. Cancel the burner momentarily because we've got the 80-degree right turn coming up. Cancelling now back to full idle. And here's the turn. It's kind of hidden here. Air brake out. This time I made it. Yes. Full burner again. Rolling out, and it's pretty much a straight run. It wasn't a very good rollout. Pretty much a straight run to the works depot. Mark 9, we're going to hit Mark 1 earlier, and time's pretty good. I think it'll be a new record for me. Yes, previously 1:30. I'll shave 10 seconds off it, I think. Stopping the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, 1 minute 23.85. Shaved about 7 seconds off. How's the fuel? We've got enough for another. We are right on bingo fuel, so we can't really. Okay, back to Cooma. Refuel, refresh, have a Lamington, and we'll come back and try it again. Absolutely beautiful scenery down here. Lake Yukonbean, Snowy Mountains, Australia. Approaching Guffaga Power Station. It's right down there in that fold. It's hard to see until you're right on top of it, but here it is. Then we're going to swing into that valley. I'll start the timer, reset, start the timer now. In we go. About 300 knots, full burner over the power lines. And we'll try to avoid the SAM sites by, actually I guess you could posit that those pylons represent SAM sites. And we've got to stay below their altitude. Oops, which should be no good now. Right, coming up for the turn. It was a good idea while it lasted. Throttling back. And I always miss it. Well, every second time I miss it. Too much yapping. Full burner. See if we get through the mark as we pass over the works depot. Mark 0.84. .95, I think we will. Mark 1 coming up, there it is. Big sonic boom, nobody's here, so that's okay. And stop the timer in 3, 2, 1 and a bit. Stop. Yeah, look. 1 minute 32. Would have been 5 seconds faster if I hadn't missed that turn, I'd say. And full idle 3G turn brings us right back over Jindabyne. Good fun. I'll just check the fuel. I think I've got enough for one more run. Yep. Lake Yukonbean in all its glory. Heaps of fun. Turning in over Guffaga Power Station. Starting the timer. I'll start it now. To do the Snowy River run back to Lake Jindabyne. It's about 2 minutes. Well, my first run was 2 minutes. 2 minutes 20, I think. I don't believe there's any power lines crossing the valley. There's a lot of them running up the side, as you can see. Now getting ready for this right turn. It's in about 3, 2, 1. There it is. Speed brake out. It's about 80-degree turn. And then we can push through the mark. Straight line. No turning required. Out to Lake Yukonbean. And we'll stop the timer when we pass the last piece of white snow-covered land there, which is Lake Jindabyne Works Depot. Just checking the name. Just going through the mark, actually, creeping through it, and stopping the timer in 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, so shaved about 30 seconds off the first round, which you would expect. because I totally missed the turn the first time round. Taking a nice 3G turn easily back over Jindabyne. That's awesome. Okay, off for round 3. I'm flying over Jindabyne in the snowy mountains, going straight to Guthaga power station, and then along 2 valleys, snowy river, back to Lake Yukonbean up there. So this should be fun. So basically, you take off from Cooma, you head slightly south of west to Yukonbean, keep going, and you'll get to Guthaga power station. At which point we're going to go northeast and then southeast. Lots of mountainous terrain here, which makes it very exciting. Some low clouds today. It's morning, I think, at 10:34. I do lose track of time. And I'm flying my very own Super Hornet. Doesn't get much better than this, that's for sure. So let me just double check my nav. Yes, I'm headed the right way. In fact, you can see on the map down here, it's I think that scale's good. Cool. Alright, so Guthaga power station should be just about in front of us, I think. There it is. And there's the valley we're going to head up, so I'll do a left turn, get lined up better to enter the valley. And I'm just trying the new helmet mounted display, as you can see. It's pretty cool. I usually don't really need it because I've got my physical cockpit here showing me all this information, but I like to try it now and then. So there's the power station, and I might time this run just to see how long it takes. Reset the timer. And start it in 3, 2, 1, now. Crank it up. Watch the power lines and off we go. Pretty cool valley, this one. I got quite a bit of fuel, so leave the burner plug in for a bit. About Mach 0.8, I think. Nope, try 0.95. Now I'm going to have to cancel that because there's a hard right turn coming up. You can see the river going around to the right. In fact, no, I always do that. It's yeah, we've shot right past it. So there's a couple of rivers meet there, and actually what the first turn to the right. And I'll just stop the timer when we pass the waste disposal facility, which is 12 o'clock. It's the last landfall from this direction on the lake. And we will go through the mark this point, I think. Really close. Stopping a timer in 3, 2, 1. Stop. And there's Jindabyne right there. I'm sure they appreciate all the fire and fury. So how long did that take? 1 minute 38 seconds. Okay. flying over Cooma airport in the snowy mountains on the Thredbo, Perisher and Mount Kosciuszko flight plan. It's a typical Aussie winter in the snowy mountains. Light snow, outside temperature is what? -2 at the moment. -2 Celsius. So it's about 20 miles to the first waypoint, which is Jindabyne. So let's expedite that leg. This being the first flight of this batch, we'll just expeditiously go around the circuit, and then of course in subsequent flights I'll take a lot more time and stop and smell the roses. Right, so I haven't been up in the Hornet for a while, just did a couple of touch and goes. Lands quite nicely, 120 knots, like a carrier landing, controlled descent with the throttle. Hold 7.5 degrees alpha, and everything's fine. So looking forward to spending a couple of days, quite a few hours flight time in the Hornet, in its natural environment, really. Beautiful. So about 500 feet above the terrain, almost halfway to the waypoint, 11.2 miles to go. So there's an airport at Jindabyne. Yankee Juliet Indigo November. See if we can spot that. Seems to like to cruise around 400 knots, about 90% thrust setting. It's good, we've got plenty of fuel on board, as we can see. And you can see there on the map, there we go, about halfway to waypoint 1. So we're going to see some ski lifts, etc., and they're courtesy of, pretty sure it's Mamu Design's ski lifts project. Anyway, it's on the website under scenery. On the drop down menu you'll see all the add-ons that I use. Power lines are also part of the add-ons. Now we're just about here. It's quicker than you can say it. Radio masts courtesy of Tabaret, as I recall. All the Australian radio masts, which is awesome. So here's Jindabyne. Quite easy to see that. We'll be coming back from the north later. As for the airport, insofar as I recall, I can't remember where it is exactly. It's got to be close, but not to worry, we'll find it on subsequent laps. Well, at least we found the town of Jindabyne. Now we're going to Lake Krakenbach. So turning slightly to the right, about heading 245. And Lake Krakenbach is a very popular resort. So beautiful rolling terrain down here, as you can see. And a bunch of mountains coming up. About halfway to Lake Krakenbach, 4.6 miles to go. I think it's just through this V shape between, we can see ahead of us, between the near ridge on the right and the further ridge on the left. I do recall that. And then I think we're into the valleys, actually. Lots of good valleys here to play with. Yep, so not here. I think it's over the next ridge. Watch the speed here. Here it is. So there's a lake. There is the lake. And a resort, and etc., etc., etc. Looks great. We'll come back later and check it out in detail. Probably get the Bell 407 out to tunnel there. Lots of interesting things to see. Right, now we just follow this valley for a bit, for about, how many miles? 8 miles? Yep, about 8 miles. So let's crank it up a bit for the valley. Watching out for power lines, of course. Some down here, yep. Got to watch out for the ones that run across the valley. I have come afoul. I think the last time I ran into them was up in Norway. Pretty nice terrain here. Right, so next waypoint is Thredbo, one of the main ski resorts in the Snowy Mountains, popular destination for Aussies every winter. And here it is coming up on the right, and you'll see ski lifts running up the hill on the right there. Once again, they're not default, they're in this Mamu add-on, and they are magnificently done. What a great job. I only assume that Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is going to incorporate all of these wonderful OpenStreetMap based scenery features, because boy, they like double the immersion value of the whole world. So hard right turn in a big climb here. Short distance though to Mount Kosciuszko, which is coming up.
Pull up.
Just checking the radio mast. I think it's this mountain here.
Pull up. Pull up.
No, it's a bit further according to my map. Yep. Bit further.
Pull up.
It's not particularly distinctive in shape.
Pull up. Pull up.
So I seem to remember this lake, and I'm pretty sure it's this kind of rather rounded summit right in front of us. Yeah, apparently that's it. Anyway, there's lots of other great, even though that's the highest point in Australia, that's why it's significant. Certainly aesthetically, there's lots of other spectacular peaks to enjoy around here. Right, now back into valleys, and we're heading to Perisher, I think. Yes, Perisher Valley. And about 8 miles, I guess, along here is another resort, Perisher Resort. So keeping an eagle eye out for power lines, I'll push it up a little bit along the valley. Now it's been a while, so I'm going to stick to the as the crow flies plan, because I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to be in the valley on the left or right at this point. I think it's on the right. We'll see. We'll see. Now I've got Perisher and Valley and MiGMan holes. They're very close. So here's Perisher Resort. Pretty extensive. Nice. And a couple of miles, 3 miles or less, this is MiGMan holes with its own ski lifts. So two very popular resorts. Next one, okay, so that's the end of the resorts. Now we're off to a power station, at Guthaga Power Station. And then I think we're following a river from memory. Snowy River, in fact. Right, so where's this power station? I've got to swing left a bit because we're turning right. Oh, it's down there, right, where all the power stuff is. All the technical term that. All the power lines are joining up. That's yeah, that's awesome. Right, now follow the river, which obviously sits on the bottom of a valley, and this is a great valley run actually. It's about 10 miles along the Snowy River, and then there's a right hand turn to Lake Jindabyne and back to the airport. So I'll probably use this power station run, which we're on now, up to Island Bend and off Lake Jindabyne as a like a Mark Loop speed run segment, because it's pretty picturesque. There's a dam, another dam, another dam. Move the camera, see if we can get a shot of it. No, it's just gone out of view. Okay, lots to explore here. Right, now there's a right hand turn coming up, which I'm just about to miss. I've got to go left a bit to get a good look at it. Watch out for power lines. And that's the one I wanted actually. I thought I'd miss it. That one's going northwest. We want to go, sorry, northeast. We want to go southeast. This one. So that's good. Island Bend. It's a river junction. Check the fuel. Yeah, it's still good. So we're heading out to Lake Jindabyne. Next waypoint is Works Depot, which is not that easy to see in terms of infrastructure, but it's simply the last landmass on the lake from this direction. So it's pretty much dead ahead. Is on an island? I don't think. I think it's a bit of a peninsula. Yeah, looks like it. But basically flying up that river, and you're going to turn left at this point here, which is the furthest point out into the lake. There's Jindabyne back down there, a few miles away. Right, slight left turn, and it's overland back to Cooma Airport. So lots to explore there with Lake Jindabyne, those resorts, and two awesome valleys after the power station. So I might climb a bit on the way back because it's about a 17-mile run. I'll have a bit of a look around. There's Jindabyne back there. So the ski resort's in that direction, to the southwest. Beautiful. Fuel's still good, so let's go afterburner. Yep, 10.1 miles. Yeah, got traffic down there at 12 o'clock. It's actually right over the airport. See that flashing green light? That is right over the airport. Doing about Mach 0.78 at the moment. Mach 0.8. We're in full afterburner, so watch the fuel. Right, we got up to about Mach 0.9. Watch that traffic and we'll announce our landing. Channel 1.
Yankee Charlie Oscar Mike traffic, Cessna Victor Hotel, Kilo Uniform Hotel, 1 mile south, 3,700 feet, inbound to land runway 18.
Landing on the same runway. So I better keep an eye on him, we'll stay up here. Channel 1. Channel 1. Channel 2.
Yankee Charlie Oscar Mike traffic MiGMan 007 is on final runway 18 touch and go left traffic.
Not touch and go, we'll land, but anyway. I think we'll just go ahead and land because he's way back there. And we'll be down on the ground in 30 seconds. Okay, so there's the threshold. We're at kind of a high perch, about 1,500 feet. Yeah, he's going to be ages, so let's just do it. Gear down. And let's start a slow turn to final. Speed brake out momentarily. Speed brake in. Right, so we're looking for about 120 knots, so we get down there quick. Alpha's way too high. You want about 7.5. I think it said 300 to 600 feet per minute descent rate too. But let's get over the runway first. Alpha's pretty good. Speed's pretty good. Coming down too fast, so add throttle. Vertical velocity's coming back. Yeah, we're going to float down kind of in an Air Force fashion. So let's just try to keep it level and touch down now. Alright, nose wheels down, applying toe brakes, speed brake out. Lots of right rudder too for some reason. Okay, the wind's shifted, that's why. It was coming 180 when I took off, now it's 165. Righto, so there we go. There's a quick blast around the Threadbow mission. And I look forward to doing it several more times today after a nice cup of tea and a Lamington.